Hi, Emma. I almost didn't want to interrupt you. You looked so focused.
Oh, hi, David. Sorry, I was completely lost in another world for a moment. This book is just so good.
I can tell. You didn't even notice me walking up. It must be a really exciting story. What are you reading?
It's a novel I just started a few days ago, and I can't put it down. Every time I have a free moment, I just want to read one more chapter.
That's the sign of a great book. It's wonderful when a story captures your imagination like that.
It really is. I was just at a very exciting part, and my heart was beating so fast.
Well, I'm sorry for breaking the suspense, but now you've made me very curious. What is the book that has you so engrossed?
I'm happy to tell you about it. It's always fun to share a good story with someone.
Great! I'm always looking for new book recommendations, so please tell me everything.
Okay, well, where should I start? It's a really interesting mix of different styles.
Let's start with the basics. What is the title of the book and who is the author?
The title is The Midnight Garden, and it's written by an author named Eleanor Vance.
The Midnight Garden. That's a very beautiful and mysterious title. I like it already. Have you read other books by this author?
No, this is the first one. A friend of mine recommended it to me. She said it was one of the best books she read last year.
High praise. So, what is the genre of the book? Is it a romance, a thriller, or something else?
That's the interesting part. I would say the main genre is mystery. There is a big secret that the main character is trying to solve.
I enjoy a good mystery. I like trying to guess the solution before the end of the book.
Me too. But this book also has elements of fantasy in it. There are some magical things that happen which are not realistic.
So it's a mix of mystery and fantasy? That's an unusual combination. It sounds very creative.
It is. The story feels like a classic detective novel, but it takes place in a world where magic is possible. It's very unique.
A fantasy mystery sounds really cool. So, what is the plot? What is the book about? Without giving away any spoilers, of course.
Of course, I won't spoil the ending for you. The plot centers on a young woman named Clara.
Okay, Clara is the main character. What happens to her?
At the beginning of the book, she inherits an old, forgotten house from a distant relative she never knew.
That's a very classic start for a mystery story. The old, mysterious house.
Exactly. The house is in the countryside, far away from the city, and it has a large, overgrown garden. But there's a secret.
A secret. I'm listening.
Clara discovers that in the middle of the garden there is a hidden gate, and this gate only appears at the stroke of midnight.
A gate that only appears at midnight? That's where the fantasy part comes in. So, does she go through the gate?
She does, and on the other side, she finds an incredible magical garden that is full of plants that glow in the dark and strange, beautiful creatures. The mystery is to find out who created the garden and why it's a secret.
That sounds like a fascinating story. Tell me a little more about the main character, Clara. What is she like?
I really like her as a character. At the beginning of the story, she is a bit lonely and doesn't have many friends.
So, she is looking for a new start in her life?
Yes, exactly. Moving to the old house is a chance for her to escape her boring life in the city. She is also very curious and brave.
She must be brave to walk through a mysterious magical gate in the middle of the night.
She is. Even when she is scared, her curiosity is stronger than her fear. She has a strong desire to find answers and solve the puzzle of the garden.
Is she a relatable character? Do you feel like you understand her?
Very much so. I think everyone feels a little lonely sometimes or wishes for a bit of magic in their life. I find myself cheering for her and hoping she finds the answers she is looking for.
It's so important to have a main character that you can connect with. It makes the story much more powerful.
I agree completely. If you don't care about the character, you don't care about the story. But I really care about what happens to Clara.
The story and the characters sound great. What about the writing itself? Is the book easy to read?
That's another thing I love about it. The author's writing style is just beautiful. It's very descriptive.
What do you mean by descriptive? Does it have a lot of long, complicated sentences?
Not at all. The sentences are quite simple and clear, but the author uses wonderful words to paint a picture in your mind.
Can you give me an example?
Yes, when she describes the midnight garden, it's not just a description of the plants. You can almost feel the magical atmosphere. She writes about the silver light of the moon and the glowing petals of the moon lilies.
Wow, that does sound beautiful. It makes the garden feel real and magical at the same time.
It does. The author creates a very strong sense of place. When I am reading, I feel like I am standing in the garden with Clara.
That's the best kind of writing. It transports you to another world. It sounds like a very well-written book.
It really is. It's easy to read, but the language is also very rich and beautiful. It's a pleasure to read every page.
You've almost convinced me to read this book. What has been your favorite part of the story so far?
That's a difficult question. There have been so many good moments. Let me think.
Just one scene or moment that was very memorable for you.
Okay, I think my favorite part so far was when Clara first discovers the gate.
The moment she finds the entrance to the magical garden?
Yes, she is exploring the normal, overgrown garden during the day, and she finds an old stone wall covered in ivy. She finds a keyhole, but there is no key.
So she knows there is a door, but she cannot open it.
Right, but later that night, she is awoken by a strange sound. She looks out her window at the garden, and she sees the ivy on the wall glowing with a faint blue light.
That sounds so magical. So she goes outside to investigate?
Yes, and as the clock in the town strikes midnight, the ivy slowly moves away to reveal a beautiful, ancient wooden gate that was not there before, and the key is in the lock. That scene gave me goosebumps. It was so exciting and full of mystery. So that's the book I'm reading. It's been a great adventure so far. What about you, David? Do you read a lot?
I do enjoy reading, but I don't always have as much time for it as I would like.
I know that feeling. Life gets so busy. What kind of books do you usually like to read when you do have the time?
My taste is quite different from The Midnight Garden. I usually prefer nonfiction books.
Oh, really? What kind of nonfiction? History, biographies?
I like both of those. I really enjoy learning new things when I read. The last book I read was a biography of a famous scientist. It was fascinating to learn about her life and her discoveries.
That does sound interesting. Learning is a great reason to read. Do you ever read fiction?
I do sometimes. When I read fiction, I usually choose science fiction. I love stories about space, technology, and the future.
So you like stories that explore big ideas and other worlds, just in a different way.
I suppose you're right. I like books that make me think about the world in a new way, whether it's through science or through a story about the future. I have to say, Emma, even though The Midnight Garden is not my usual genre, you have made it sound incredibly interesting.
I'm glad. I think it's a book that many different types of readers would enjoy. You should definitely read it. I highly recommend it.
I think I will. It sounds like a perfect story to escape into. Would you be willing to lend it to me when you are finished?
Of course, I would be happy to lend you my copy. I should be finished with it in a few more days. I can't wait to see how it ends.
Thank you. That's very kind. Or maybe I should just buy my own copy. I saw a nice bookstore just down the street.
That's also a great idea. It's always good to support local bookstores, and then you would have your own copy to keep.
That's true. It's nice to build a small library of books that you have loved reading.
It is. I love seeing my favorite books on my bookshelf at home. They feel like old friends.
I think I'll go to the bookstore after this. I'm excited to start it now.
I'm so happy to hear that. I love it when a friend reads a book I recommended.
It's decided then. I'll go buy my own copy of the book. I really enjoy the feeling of holding a physical book.
Me too. I love the smell of the paper and the feeling of turning the pages. I spend so much time looking at screens for work. It's nice to have a break.
I agree. But I have some friends who absolutely love their e-readers. They say it's much more convenient.
That's true. My sister has an e-reader, and she loves it. She says she can carry hundreds of books on one small device, which is amazing for traveling.
I can see how that would be a huge advantage. Carrying 5 thick books on holiday would be very heavy.
And with an e-reader, you can buy a new book and start reading it instantly, at any time of day or night. You don't have to wait for a bookstore to open.
That is very convenient. And what about audiobooks? Do you ever listen to those?
I do. I love audiobooks for when I am driving or doing chores around the house. It's like listening to a play.
So you enjoy all the different formats: physical books, ebooks, and audiobooks.
Yes, I think they are all great for different situations. But if I'm sitting down to relax, like I am now, my first choice is always a physical paperback book. It just feels the most special to me.
I agree with you. For me, a real book is still the best experience. Well, I am now very excited to go to the bookstore and start this journey with The Midnight Garden.
I'm so excited for you. I really hope you enjoy it as much as I am.
I'm sure I will. You should let me know when you finish reading it. I want to know if the ending is satisfying, but don't tell me any details.
I promise I won't spoil anything. I'll just tell you when I'm done.
And then, after I have finished it too, we should meet up again and talk about it. We can discuss what we thought of the mystery and the ending.
I would love that. It would be like our own little book club for two people.
Exactly, a mini book club. Well, I'm going to head to the bookstore now before it closes. Thank you for the wonderful recommendation, Emma.
You are very welcome, David. It was great talking to you. Happy reading!
You too. Enjoy the rest of the book. I'll see you soon.
See you soon. Goodbye, David.